Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing well. Happy Monday, or should I say welcome back to me. I apologize for being gone so long. These past 2 weeks, or the last 2 weeks, have been so hectic, but a good hectic. I will go live probably sometime within this week because I have all the time in the world. I am down here in Texas with my husband. He's at work and it's like I don't even know what to do with myself. It's so hard for me to be without my children because this has been my life from the age of 23 years old. You know, just being around kids, doing things for my kids, my husband. It just feels so weird. But more importantly, you guys, is on top of the list. Because once again, Katie Joy has inserted herself into a story exploiting this young man's situation, which is unacceptable. Before I get into it, please do not take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. If nobody has heard about Marvon Mccray, he's a 29-year-old ex-United States Marine. He was actually medically discharged and he is now in a coma. There is so much to the story. I'm not even gonna venture down that road. But I do have a little bit of my thoughts about it because of Katie Joy and what she said. I am gonna link a video down in the description box where mollygolightly, before you guys lose it with mollygolightly, that's fine. We're all entitled to our own thoughts, our own opinions. I get it. She has been on the story from the get-go. This, in my opinion, this is where she has gotten the gist of the story, the rundown of the story. Because Katie Joy keeps saying she's down this rabbit hole, she's so deep into this story. I call bullshit on that. Because in my opinion, which I'm going to get into in more detail with more videos coming, not about Marvon's situation, but about how Katie Joy is exploiting his situation, which is unacceptable. As I said, mollygolightly has the gist of the story. Take a look just to get the idea of the story. She has been on it from the get-go, and I'm talking about since last week. There's certain things that mollygolightly says that Katie Joy replicates. And as I said, we're going to get into that. So last week, I actually came across mollygolightly's video. It was recommended. How? I don't know, because the last time I know of her was when she was at the laundry's home. You remember? She actually flew from Pennsylvania to Florida to actually go and protest, maybe I'm not using the right word, but in front of the laundry's home, wanting the laundries to give answers to wherever Gabby Petito is. Now, if I can recall, Katie Joy did not have such nice words in regard to mollygolightly and the others that were protesting outside the house, but that's here nor there. The main thing to this is, you guys, you've seen the picture of Katie Joy where somebody put on Twitter. If I can find it, I'll actually ask permission first, then if I can use it, where they say she's a trauma vulture. She truly is a trauma vulture. So a little bit of backstory. There's this influencer named Marvon Mccray. She has a YouTube channel, but she also has a Facebook following, which is the bulk of her followers. I'm talking about, like, she has over 600,000 followers on Facebook. Her and her husband, Marvon Mccray, used to like document their lives and make videos about their lives. Not how vloggers would do on YouTube, they would do on Facebook. So as of May of this year, 2022, he's been in a coma. The exact reason to how he fell into this coma, I have no idea. But from what I've watched one video of Marvon Mccray. This video, she looked very healthy and she was explaining as to why she was on the certain herb. I know it's not herb, it's, as you all say, it's herbs, and please, this is not the time for it. It's my accent, the way I say things, this is not the time. If you want to correct me, feel free, but I'm not gonna, read into it. So she explained she found a certain herb that actually helps with her pain, because from this video that I saw where she was still looking very healthy, she explained that from young she suffered with rheumatoid arthritis, and the way she felt it was fibromyalgia, but at that time they didn't diagnose her with that. But the gist of it is that she used to suffer with a lot of pain, within her body. Later on down the line, she became, in my opinion, obsessed with a vegan and an alkaline diet. She lost a tremendous amount of weight. Her husband also did, Marvon Mccray. He lost a lot of weight. Now, Katie Joy, when she made the announcement that she was looking into the story and she's down a rabbit hole, but she'll make a video, and then it clicked to me that that's the same story that Molly Golightly was talking about. Then she put this on her Facebook and she says, "Hello, I'm Katie Joy and I'm an independent blogger / reporter that covers a variety of topics on my YouTube channel and website without a crystal ball. My Facebook page has about 52,000 followers and I've introduced my audience to this topic. My YouTube channel has around 238,000 and I'd like to create a video about the situation to help bring wider exposure. I've worked a lot on exposing cults and I am probably most well known for exposing the IBLP and Duggar family cults. I want to help in any way I can. I've watched countless videos and read through so many posts, but if there are any family or friends of Marvon in this group, I would really like to be able to speak to you about the situation. I do not want to do the story injustice. So if any of you can help me, please leave some comments. I truly am worried about Marvon and the kids. I have my own experience with raising my son who has medical conditions, so I know a bit about what Dre is saying, and I know exactly where she is lying. I think my background can definitely help in that respect. I want to link my page so you know I'm real. First of all, can you see how she uses her son to get into the gate? Off the back, how this woman uses her son's disabilities for her monetary gain. The situation Marvon is in is not even close to what her son or his diagnosis is. I don't see a comparison there at all. But this is how she uses her fucking son. And then she goes on and she says, "Hey everyone, I was sent a story by a subscriber today about a beautiful proclaimed healer with a direct line to God named Dre Mccray. Her husband is on life support and there is a large army of people worried about Marvon Mccray. Here are some details. If you're interested in content like this, let me know. While her husband sits on life support, Dre Mccray regularly posts selfies, goes live and dresses to the nines to sit next to Marvon's bedside. Vaughn has been in a coma." Can you see she puts quotations with the name Vaughn? Because she thinks that her son is named Vaughn, which I'm going to get into all this because I'm going to show you her lives. And we're going to talk about her lives and see how fucked up in her head this woman is. She thinks that his, let's say, nickname, as they call him, Vaughn. His real name is Marvon. So she feels, because he's known as Vaughn, that brings so much more, that brings the situation so much more closer to her because her son's name is Vaughn. But I'll get more in depth with that. Vaughn has been in a coma since May 23rd, 2022 after he attempted suicide. His mother updated followers today that she just learned about the attempted suicide from police, not from her daughter-in-law. Former fans began to get concerned about Vaughn when Dre went live and let everyone know that she got him off all his medications for epilepsy. She also changed his diet to a vegan, plant-based diet with low fats and calories. Over the past year, they have both lost a considerable amount of weight. Dre played around with herbs and other remedies to heal her husband. She frequently spoke about how they were using kratom to manage his seizures and pain. Kratom is not approved for use of epilepsy or regulated by the FDA. Before I go any further, that's kratom. Apparently, your channel will get flagged if you use it. Well, we're gonna see now if my channel gets flagged for using this. Let's move on. Dre's happy demeanor and evasiveness to questions has continued to spawn outrage by former fans and Marvon's family. Marvon's family has not been allowed to see him since he entered the hospital. Dre has attempted to withhold food from her husband at the hospital to the point that she argued about allowing him to fast while he was on a ventilator. She scoffed at the doctor's expertise and claimed he would die from fasting. He lost over 20 pounds since being in the hospital. Dre recently privated her TikTok, deleted numerous posts on Instagram, and has been blocking people asking about the police report. She went live last week degrading Von's family and detailing his entire life history and intimate details about his life to fans. Fans are also starting to worry that the restrictive diet and holistic herbs she gave to Von contributed to his seemingly depressed state. Some noted that he appeared more and more unhappy in the days leading up to his attempted suicide. Von is not expected to recover. The doctors have tried to counsel Dre to remove him from life support. She is refusing and has moved hospital multiple times. Online, she is repeatedly misleading her fans, getting cash donations, and claiming her hands and Jehovah are healing Von. She claims to be a Jehovah's Witness, though she uses numerous substances that would not be in the line with Jehovah's Witness. Despite all of this, she remains the power of attorney over her husband. When she learned that the VA would allow visitors to see Von, regardless of her POA, power of attorney, she had him moved to a private hospital where his mother was unable to see him. His family is desperate to see Von before he dies, and most importantly, find out what happened to Von. Dre appeared agitated and angry in the days leading up to Von's suicide attempt. Some are fearing that Dre's belief that she can cure her husband led to the situation he finds himself in today. The family just wants answers. Hashtag justice for Von. Now, you know what pisses me off, you guys? It's the fact that she's putting out the story or this, trying to get people to think that she is so concerned about Von. She is far from concerned about Marvon. All she is worried about is building her banking account. Because I'm going to go over those lives that she did on her YouTube, where and I'm going to give you just a taste of how this woman, this pathetic, despicable woman, is treating a victim that can't speak for himself, that cannot take up for himself. She speaks about try to end his life, what he was wearing, making an issue of the color of PJs he had on. It may not seem like, oh, Renelle, you're just nitpicking right now. Oh, trust me, when you see those clips from her live, you are going to be like, what the fuck? Just brace yourself for that. Then she goes and she puts photos of him, of what he looked like leading up to this. Yes, he lost a lot of weight. But for her to say he looks emaciated, boo-boo. Katie Joy, maybe you should do a little bit more research and see what emaciated looks like. Because in my opinion, Katie Joy, this man, this victim, Marvon Mccray, deserves to keep his dignity. He deserves respect. Because at this point, what you are doing is taking all that away. You are so fucking insensitive to the story, it's unbelievable. Go after Andrea Mccray all you want. She did speak about Molly Golightly, okay? She said, oh, Molly Golightly is doing a good job, but she got the story first, basically. Because we know with Katie Joy, she must be first with everything. She went on her second live and she hosted Molly Golightly and Justice for All, who has been covering the story simultaneously. They basically piggyback off each other, okay? She'll do a live, he'll do a live, which is like not bad at all. Check this out.
So this is interesting. I'm about to release a bunch of audio. My source wants to make sure that the content is released through me. Okay. I know you are going live tonight, which I think would be a good time to speak about the audio, but can you direct them back to my channel to listen to the audio in full? Absolutely. The source is being really particular about this, and I want to respect their wishes. Sure, you don't want Molly Golightly or Justin to have these recordings. Guess we're going to hear them anyway. But yes, everyone, we'll go over there and we'll listen.
Yes. So we'll go over there and listen.
See, this is what I told you guys about. This is what these people on YouTube are just so competitive and just so catty. This is like, we need to remember that this man is a Marine and he is laying in a bed in a vegetative state. This is not about money or competition or or a pissing match. That's not what this is about. This is getting worse and worse. Just like I said, this is getting worse and worse and worse.
Now you tell me, the fucking audacity. The audacity. Well, Molly Golightly and Justin, meet the real without a crystal ball. Not the same one that was kicking and, oh, I know you from the laundry house, and that was all bullshit. Before anybody comes after me, give credit where credit is due. Period, okay? You see Molly Golightly. I have seen her up at all hours of the night, early hours of the morning. She's really been on this case, okay? Whatever she gets, she'll bring to you. She, to me, does not come across as she's in it for the money. If you feel she's this colorful person and she's nutty and whatever, this is not the time or the place. You give credit where credit is due. This is fucked up. Absolutely fucked up what Katie Joy has done. That is bullshit. She says this is something that everybody wants out there. They want the story told. But Katie Joy says that this source wants this audio done through her. Does that even begin to make sense, people? Does it? I don't think so. Because in a situation like this, the more people that do it, the better. It's not about the clicks or the views at this point, in my opinion. It's about getting the message out. For you to feel you are so superior, fuck that. That is absolutely disgusting. How do you think those people feel right now? That have been working this case relentlessly, day in and day out, night and day. The fucking disrespect is too much for me. Absolutely too much. And in my opinion, I feel she's treating them like they are inferior to her. Because clearly Katie feels, oh, I'm this channel that has much more subscribers than you. So you know what? Send them my way. Fuck that. Absolutely fuck that. When you want respect, you got to give respect to get respect. And tell me something. You know, Katie Joy always uses, oh, her sources are sources. This is my theory on how Katie Joy gets sources. She goes to people's comments, see who's commenting, tries to weed out the people that she feels is close to the situation. She gets hold of them, private messages them, and that's how I feel she gets her sources. Because if anybody, I can lay my head on a block right now, because I can tell you, Katie Joy is telling these people don't go to Molly Golightly. Don't go to Justice for All. I am the one with the bigger channel. Go through me. I can get you the exposure. I can keep all this. This is all fucking childish bullshit at this point. This is such an important story. They want justice for Vaughn. To me, it doesn't look like Molly Golightly is in it for the money. To me, it doesn't look like Justice for All is in it for the money. They just are concerned, like a whole lot of other people, for Marvon Mccray. That's what they are concerned about. Unlike Katie Joy, unlike Without a Crystal Ball, that's just out to gain the viewers, to gain the clicks, which equate to the money. This is not about the source being particular who they want the story to be brought through. This is about KJ being first, period, as per usual, her normal pattern, people. Understand that. I'm so sorry that this has to happen to Molly Golightly and Justin. I'm sorry that they had to learn the hard way. But shit happens. And I hope they learn from here on out that this Without a Crystal Ball is just a vindictive, manipulating piece of shit. This truly hurts my heart for them. It truly hurts my heart for them. And Katie Joy, what happened to hashtag Justice for Vaughn? It didn't even take Molly Golightly and Justice for All to realize the backstabber, the greedy person Katie Joy is, Without a Crystal Ball is. So if anybody wants to say whatever they need to say about Molly Golightly, she called Katie Joy out with class. That I'll tell you. Because she is still promoting Katie Joy, because this woman wants the story out. And I don't blame her. Everybody wants the story out. So who is to say that Katie Joy is not telling these people, oh, don't go to Molly Golightly, don't go to Justice for All. I'm the one with the bigger platform. I'll get it out there to a much wider audience, because that's how fucking vindictive and manipulative Katie Joy is. She's done it to people before. A pattern is a pattern. Katie Joy is truly a person that will take a bad situation and use it for her gain. She did it with Tati Westbrook. Let's not forget how she actually said that Tati Westbrook's husband took his mother off life support for the money. This woman is now claiming such things you're not even going to believe. Katie Joy is being sued right now by the Chrisleys because they want to know who her source was that said that they believe Lindsay Chrisley. Remember that story? The source that just came out of the woodwork. She's being sued by 7M, where she accuses people of human trafficking, running people off the road with cars, accusing them of immigration fraud. You guys, the list goes on and on. Oh, let's not forget about Shane Dawson. Remember the whole Sanders Kennedy issue? When Sanders Kennedy said that there's an investigation going on with Shane Dawson in California, and she came on a channel and doubled down and said, oh yes, there is an investigation going on. You just got to get hold of a certain detective Payne or something like that. This is a fucking pattern for Katie Joy, people. In my opinion, she gives a shit about Marvon Mccray. This woman will do anything to drive up views. And the reason I'm saying that, in this situation, check this out. A member of Dre Supporters Group sent us this video from June 1st, 2021. Dre Mccray is just out eating and discussing a show she watched on Hulu. She says that a person in a vegetative state of brain damage can come back to life. She believed this was possible. She said, "I'm not going to research this or anything. Vaughn is currently in a coma with no brain activity in a vegetative stage with no possibility of recovery." Is Dre telling on herself? Dre is just the 2.0 version of Katie Joy. Then we move on to, this is what was discussed in her lives, that when she broke this story or told Molly Golightly to direct traffic to her channel because she got phone recordings of Vaughn, this man that is in a coma, in a vegetative state. You want people to drive traffic to your channel so you can hear this man, the pain he was in. This is the way Katie Joy feels. This is the way she drives people or drives her numbers up to give people what they want to hear. When she went live with her exclusive, she says, "I believe she dosed him up on a ton of K and they strangled him. I believe she murdered him. He was without oxygen for over 20 minutes. There is unfortunately no coming back. She should be charged with murder." Who makes all these accusations without proof? She's not alleging, she's already charged this woman in her mind with murder. This is, you guys can give me a word for this, because this is just not normal. Do I believe what Katie Joy is saying about Andrea murdering her husband? Absolutely not. Is Andrea crazy? 100%. She is a Looney Tune. I also feel that she has major mental issues. She needs to have herself evaluated. She needs to have herself seen to. People should immediately stop listening to her. Because the way I look at it, for her being on these herbs all this time and being on medication, it just took everything away from her. She began to get obsessed. She began to feel that she can take on the world. She even believed that she could cure AIDS, gonorrhea, all that kind of shit, which is like, what the fuck? She is cray-cray. Absolutely. The last name fits her, in my opinion, but it's not a joking matter at this point. But did she murder her husband? No, absolutely not. Katie Joy is reading too much into so much, which we're going to get into much more detail. But for now, I don't think, was she controlling? Absolutely. That's all I'm going to say at this point. I don't think so. She is not a reporter. She's not a journalist. She has, and she's been in communication with the mother. I feel she's not giving the mother what she needs. Please, you guys, just be careful. If there's anybody out there that thinks that Katie Joy has this big platform, Molly Golightly with a fourth of her subscribers, in my opinion, is doing so much more. Forget about the colorful person that she is. Look at what she's doing. Maybe she's not doing everything right, but she's not doing it for the money. Period. You guys, I'm getting a bit wound up. I gotta keep my composure for what's coming. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. If you've made it to the end, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I promise you guys, I won't go AWOL for so long again. I will definitely let you guys know if I do go AWOL and the reason why I'm going AWOL. But for now, you guys, there's a Cash App for Marvon's mom. There's a GoFundMe. I will link all that down below. Please, if you're interested in this, go check it out. If you know of anybody else that's covering the story, feel free to put it in the comments. Get the word out. But most importantly, let's also get out how dangerous Katie Joy is to topics like this and to stories like this. She did it with Gabby Petito. Where is the follow-up from Gabby Petito? She covered Sophie Long. And what did she do? She called Sophie Long a brat, a victim. Okay. So you guys, that's it from me. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Please stay hydrated, stay cool, because I am burning up here. I'm even swollen, you guys. My rings can't even fit on the appropriate fingers. It's like I feel like an elephant, but it's just irrelevant right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please have a fantastic rest of your week. Please stay safe out there. Be kind to one another, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.